Hey guys, Merce here, and welcome to End Time on a Guardian Druid. So I've been itching to get a Guardian Druid PvE video out for a few days now, so I decided I'd jump in End Time with my healer and just kind of see how my Druid plays, and I just thought I'd record it and throw it out there for you guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the dungeon, a little bit about my Druid, and just, yeah, that's about it. Alright, so right here for the dungeon aspect, you really want to get these time-twisted Geists down first and then the big guy, because right here what they'll do is they'll cast Cannibalize and they're going to gain increased damage and increased size, as you can see, and that's bad news for the tank and healer. And if the tank loses aggro on any of the time twisted Geists, they, the DPS that pulls aggro is going to get just a whole lot of damage. So tanks really got to be careful if the DPS can't get them down quick enough and they get the big guy down first. Tanks really have to be cautious about their aggro intake and, really have to hold aggro on those guys. Alright, so talking about my Druid a little bit, I really saw an improvement since the patch hit. I really enjoyed this dungeon. I had a lot of fun running this. And I'm going to start doing a little bit more PvE, but I'm going to try to do maybe a few videos a day and then just kind of even them out with PvE and PvP on certain classes. So we'll see how that goes. And so right here, my AoE quote-unquote rotation for aggro holding is Swipe, Thrash, always use, keep Maul and Mangle on cooldown, and that's about it. It's just so much fun. Use Bark Skin when you need it, use Survival Instincts when you need it, Might of Ursoc when you need it, Savage Defense, I try and keep that up anytime I know heavy damage is coming, and Frenzied Regen is just so amazing now because it actually converts some rage into health. So technically, you could do a lot of self-healing. Like, I mean a lot. There's no cooldown on Frenzied Regen, and it heals for quite a lot. You're going to see on the last boss I used it a few times. So it's very good. Very good spell to keep in mind to use when you are doing a Guardian run. It's such a good spell. And Rage Generation is not very hard anymore. I mean, it never was on a Druid, but I think it even got a little bit easier, at least personally for me. So right here I put a skull on myself because there's going to be a phase coming up where we're going to need to kill a ghoul. If we don't kill a ghoul, we're all going to basically die. So as you can see right here, Echo of Sylvanas goes up, and these circles spawn around the boss. So I put a skull on myself so they all know where I am and what target to attack. So get these guys down, and avoid... Where is it? Avoid the purple acid, the echo spits right here. So right there, avoid that. Always try to move, and you're not going to get hit by that. Healers will also have to dispel a magic debuff that you're going to see on me in just a second here. But for single target generation, they're pretty good. Not as strong as a few other tanking classes, but still very good. And the Shaman right here drops a Earth Elemental Totem. That's why I'm low on aggro right now, because it's actually fighting me for aggro, so I don't have a problem with that at all. The Earth Elemental can take as much aggro as it wants. It doesn't have the survivability or health that I do, and I know it's going to go down immediately, as it just did. So, I used to get kind of... I'm like, oh man, he wasted an Earth Elemental, because if I went down, then that would be a perfect time to pop the Earth Elemental, and the healer could switch to that. But there was a few times where the boss hit really hard, and it hit the Earth Elemental instead, so... check. All I'm saying is elemental shamans, or shamans in general, rather, check with your tank first when he wants the Earth Elemental down, or just save it in case he dies. That's what I do on mine anyway. And it's worked really good for me in the past, so that's how I play that. So right there at the top you saw that little icon flashing right above my bear. It was basically telling me I had an instant mangle. Right there it is again. And that's from my lacerate procs. Every lacerate tick has a chance to make a mangle free and cost no rage or something like that. Or actually, mangle doesn't cost rage anymore, so just makes it free. And bear tanks hit really hard now. Like, I've hit for 50, I think I hit 60 sometime. But yeah, it's very fun. I mean, they're, even in PvP, if they're holding the flag, I would not want to get mangled by one. personally, so I'm going to try and avoid that. If I make a PvP video and there is a Guardian Druid in there, I'm going to try and avoid that. So right here, this fight is very simple. It's just hold him on a platform, and right there you see the totem to the left. You need to pick that up and throw it at the boss. It stuns him and deals a lot of damage. Right there I tried, but the boss was in the way, and I was just... wasn't the best angle on my side, but that's okay. We're going to get it in just a minute. So he will also leap right there, break the platform, and everyone on that platform will take the damage from the lava. So we're going to just try, anytime that happens, we're going to go immediately to the other platform as quickly as you can. Unfortunately, you can't use aquatic form, you can't use dash, you just got to swim there, and the healer has to kind of just heal through it. Luckily, we have an amazing healer in this one. So, right coming up, he's going to throw the totem at my healer, and I'm going to run over, get it, and throw it at the boss. But just single target, aggro rotation, keep your 3-stack last rate up. Right here, I go over and get the totem and throw it at the boss, dealing 356,000 damage, I think, if I read that right. So, single target rotation, keep your 3-stack last rate up, mangle, maul. I even do thrash and swipe. Like, I just do everything I can. It's just, I have rage for it, so there you go. Also, a tip on that boss, because I know a lot of people wipe trying to go back. It's a lottery trying to get through without dying. Going back is just jeopardizing a group wipe. What you can do is you can actually teleport out of the dungeon and then teleport back in, and it's just quicker and safer also. Alright, so right here it's very important that the casters, I forget their name, I'll tell you in a minute, the guy over there with a star above his head, those guys need to be CC'd because they do a whole lot of damage. So do the infinite wardens, but not as much as those two. And I've had groups where I had no CC whatsoever, so that was really, really difficult for the healer and myself to just try and get rid of that damage, and it's just a really dangerous fight. Having CC really, really helps. So interrupt that. They're called the infinite suppressors. CC them as much as you can. Luckily, we had a rogue and I hibernated one. So we're going to run in. I have the Fairy Fire Swarm glyph where it actually silences my target for a few seconds, but it has a 15-second cooldown if I use it in bear form. I don't mind that. I'm not really using it that often, especially in PvP. That's a very good tool. If you're a feral druid even, you can pick that up and just quickly go into bear form if a healer's running away and just use it to silence it. But there's other better glyphs for ferals. So right here we're going to get aggro on these guys. And my Fairy Fire actually slows them also. So that's useful in the sense of if they're trying to get to a DPS that accidentally pulls, I have more time to get aggro back. So right there, as you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage just by these two guys. And it was pretty late, so I wasn't 100% paying attention. So like I said, luckily we have an amazing healer. So going to get another Hibernate off on the Infinite Suppressor over there. Going to take the Sap one. And as a Druid in this fight, always go for the, unless it's a really long CC that you know of, always re-hibernate one, and then go for the one that your party member CC, just because, you know, sometimes it may run out. At least with a full hibernate, you know you can kill one guy really, really quickly. Alright, so moving on to the last fight, which is a very, very fun one. As a tank, you're going to want to keep them faced away from the rest of the group. So as you can see, I'm going to pull him and I'm going to face him to his left right now. And this is a very difficult fight for range, more or less, because your healer may not be in range, then your melee DPS or your range DPS, so you really got to do all you can to help your healer out in this fight. So use your cooldowns wisely, use them when you can. Every time they click the hourglass, your cooldowns reset, so don't be afraid to use them either. Right here I don't actually use any, I don't think. Actually, I'm going to pop it very, very soon, I believe. And it's just, yeah, don't be afraid to use your cooldowns. They reset, even heroism resets, so use that at every hourglass turn. So right here I use my might and my survival instincts, which is, I used it maybe a little too late, but it actually worked out perfectly because it transferred over to this one, to this phase, and I can use them all over again. So that's pretty good. Absolutely love that. and just keeping about 320% aggro, which is pretty good. Again, using my cooldowns. Again, a little maybe too late, but that's okay. Nobody died in this one. But I will definitely get better at Guardian tanking. I'm going to start doing a lot more PvE videos, like I said, but I will still maintain all my PvP videos. I absolutely love doing that. I have a great Warsong Gulch one coming up for you guys. You're going to absolutely love it if you enjoy Fire Mages. And just, again, maintaining about 300% aggro as much as we can. And there's Scata for you, just so if you guys were curious about the DPS meters, open that for you guys. Alright, so soon I'm going to start using my Frenzied Regen to actually heal myself, which is my Control 5, my main action bar, all the way to the right. The only one that is not on cooldown right now. So, it's very, very powerful. So Guardian Druids, if they can maintain a lot of rage generation, they're going to be able to maintain a lot of healing also. Right there I used it. So it's a very powerful spell, and it's just one thing to really watch out for when you're attacking Guardians. You don't want to give them too much rage, but at the same time you have to attack them. So it's kind of a tricky situation to be in. But it's a very fun class. I absolutely love them. I love the changes they did to them. And my number 2 on my main action bar, that's Bear Hug. It doesn't actually work against bosses, I don't think. I tried a few times, and it just didn't work, so I just kind of save it for mobs that need to be stunned and get a lot of damage. The more health you have, the more damage it does, so that's pretty cool. And this is going to be the end of the fight. Right there. There's a big chest. And yeah, that's basically it. That's end time on a Guardian Druid and patch 5.0.4. There's the drops. My mouse looking a little drunk there. I promise I was not. I don't drink. Alright, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you think of the PvE videos if you want to see more or less. And as always, happy hunting. Thank you guys very much.